nipple clamps. I don't have any of that stuff. I don't have a whip. Why would I have that? I'm 13. I mean, obviously,
So nowadays there is sexy texting. I do like to have fiery texts, and also it's kind of like crypto mining, where if you send enough of them, you'll get like a boob picture or something. You have to like work away at it, but now you can get rewarded in a faster way than like that. She was doing some like MS-DOS like programming to do that sex session.
Yeah.
They're like it for some reason. To me, I'm like, I like to talk in bed. Like I feel like there are some people who like that. They're like words are connected to the part of their brain that does sex stuff, and some people they're just not. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like I'm very much someone where it's like that. I like to talk, but like something about putting it in writing, I like it makes my skin crawl. It creeps me out. Like I'm just like I don't want to like ever have evidence of the shit I have said in bed. Like I don't want to be able to look through those texts again. Like that's I'm not a sexter. Like it makes me, I'll send pictures or whatever, but like the full on just like typing out like, and then I'll do this. Like it creeps me out. I can't do it.
I would hate that.
I'm pretty guarded too. I want to make it look good. Something I could put on my tombstone and not feel like, bad about.
It's just putting it in. It just feels way more permanent than just like mumbling something weird. Like the moment, you know.
Right.
Mumbling. I mean, let's get to this dude here. This guy.
This is another level.
This is the next level type shit in real sex world.
Writes it in the article like it's
I want to know what he looks like, and I want to know what his voice sounds like. It's
and that's so
my imagination can create
you know what
something
I mean?
better.
Okay, whatever. Oh, here we go.
Great music again.
Yeah, I consider myself an average guy. Basically, go to work 9:30 to 6 every day, get off work, come home, get on the computer, talk on the billboard, chat.
He's typing "I will hot chat" into like a general chat room. Who's looking to hot chat with me?
Also, he looks like a 1980s like lineman. He has like a nice long bowl cut thing and a real strong mustache.
Yeah.
Just like
I just feel like
real vintage.
You're always in for something good when someone on Real Sex starts their interview by saying they consider themselves an average guy. Like that's always like something fun is about to happen.
He is. This guy is not.
Oh, me, I'm nobody.
Here's more.
You home here for a while?
Me and my...
So his wife, while he's doing cyber sex, his wife sits on the couch right behind him. She'll say like...
Nude, right?
He said sometimes she'll put on a G-string or something, but like... She just is like, okay, So what I picture their life as being like, because he's shirtless and he's just sitting at his computer, is he goes to work, they eat dinner together, and then she sits on the couch and reads a magazine or watches TV, and he sits over at the computer and just fucking jacks off all night until she says, "Hey, would you like to talk to me?"
Hot chatting.
Hot chat.
Hot chatting.
His explanation too, where he's like, "Well, my wife, she likes the chessboards on here,
yes,
and I like the ones where people talk about fucking." Like, it's like these are not equivalent interests.
It's the internet, She'll go and talk about Beanie Babies with her friends, and then I, talk to women how much I want to suck on their long titties. still at work right now, maybe you could do this on the clock if you're on the West Coast. Come chat, hang out, see what's going on. Get the Twitch app on your phone, because we're going to be here like we have been for 11 years now. And we'll continue to do so till the end of time. Until then, you can catch us on Sunday nights as well. We want to hear from you. You can call us up, tell us what's going on in your world, how things are going, and, how you're fighting the good fight. So that happens 8 p.m. Sunday nights. Not this Sunday night. We're not going to have a show no call-in show this Sunday. I'm going to be at the Indianapolis 500. Brian's going to be watching pro wrestling. So we will see you next Wednesday for Street Fight. But you're going to get a bonus preview of Holy Boys this Sunday, for those of you that are just on the free feed. Bonus people, I might try to get a Speed Freaks done after I do the 500. And also because Monaco is this weekend. So there's a lot going on in the world of racing. And we'll put that on patreon.com/StreetFightRadio. We get all kinds of weird bonus content from both Brian and I every single week. Bonus shit. We are on WCRS LP FM here in Columbus, Ohio, 92.7 or 98.3 on your radio dial. How you doing, Brian?
Good. I'm okay. I'm seeing in the chat, Grimoire said this morning I dabbed after a 2-week tea break. I napped and feel like shit now. You know what? The thing about napping during the day, I can't do it anymore. It's over. I used to be the best napper of all time. When my daughter was like in that real young stage where she has to take a nap or she's awful. Uh-huh. Oh, those naps. Oh, man, I loved them.
You go with her? You
Fuck
go down
yeah.
with her? Yeah.
Fuck yes, dude. We watch Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Kids and crash. And then maybe it'll bleed into Max and Ruby. But, like, I have a feeling if Miss Spider's Sunny Patch Kids started playing now, I would just fall asleep.
Right. Maybe you need that instead of melatonin.
I'm sleeping really good now.
Wow.
I don't know if that's ketamine or not. But, like, it might be working out. I've decided it might be working out that's making me tired. Because I'm going heavy, you know?
Yeah, if you actually wear your body out, you get some heavy breathing going, you will fall asleep a lot easier.
Yeah. I went nuts today. Actually,
for cowboy butts.
Right before I got here, my legs were rubber because I did legs before I came here, and it was nice. It's nice, you know. I like it when my legs are rubber. That is, I think, my favorite feeling. Because, like, I was telling Jason before you got here, I was like, you know, I've been walking so much for so long that rubber legs just weren't a thing for me. Uh-huh. Like, I need to do something extreme to have rubbery legs. I mean, I think I have walked 30 miles and my legs felt fine. But I've had the worst 2 days this week. 2 days. I'm going to say 2 days. My underwear got holes in them while I was out walking. Two different pair.
You felt it, like, break?
I didn't feel it break. I was chafing, and I was like, what the fuck? And it was just getting so bad. And I was like, I'll just go home and change. But I was already like 10 miles away from home. Like, what the fuck am I supposed to do? You know? So I didn't. I didn't go home and change, and I was miserable, and it hurt really bad.
What do you need, like a lubricant to put between your thighs?
I don't know what is going on, you know. No, the ketamine treatment, Saggy in the chat said the ketamine treatment's still ongoing. I am done, and it made a huge difference for me. I feel pretty good, and I haven't had, like, an anxiety attack in a while. I still feel anxiety at times, but it's not this thing that's constantly there, so that's kind of...
That's good.
That's kind of nice, yeah. I'm still a little jittery, but I think I drink a lot of caffeine.
That'll do it.
You know? So I think that makes me jittery, but like I'm sleeping really well, and I'm feeling pretty strong. So that's a long way to say, yeah, I'm pretty good. I haven't had anything crazy happen.
Yeah.
You know?
I had a horrendous nightmare out of nowhere on Sunday that was just like a fucking bummer.
What?
Just a horrible one.
Really? People dying?
Yeah.
Oh,
it was basically,
like
I was at like a public baseball game, and then on the screens it just said like, all international flights will not be returning. Consider everybody on them dead. And then people just started panicking. And then I was like running all night long. I had to get somewhere, and I was just fucking running and running and running. And I fucking woke up in the worst mood.
I think that is, though. I wonder if that's the medicine. I guess, how often did you have nightmares before?
I switched it up.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. I never had nightmares. I've had very few nightmares, and it's usually after I stopped smoking weed.
Yeah.
When I moved to Texas, I didn't have weed, and I didn't know about it, and I spent the whole night, like, killing my way out of a prison. Like, I was just climbing through vents, and there would be, like, just boatloads of people trying to kill me, and I would be reluctantly, like, killing people all night long. I hated it. I woke up so fucking pissed. It was the worst dream. It was the worst nightmare.
Yeah,
Fuck, that's like I don't like I don't like dreams. I don't like nightmares. I don't want to be bothered while I sleep. I want to go to non-existence.
I don't dream, but I think that's because I make sure to, I eat weed like 2 minutes before I'm falling asleep.
Yeah.
I got that CBN stuff, so I'm sleeping stoned.
Yeah.
And but I've had like really weird dreams. I always had this vivid dream of my dad dying in a plane crash when I was like 15. And like, it's like he died. Like, I have the trauma from my dad dying in a plane crash. I got to feel that.
Yep.
In a dream.
You processed it, and then you were like, fuck.
Yeah.
Still got to go through it.
I guess we should, at the beginning of the show here. Well, I mean, it's the show. Yeah. Was it last night?
What?
That you had that night?
No, it was earlier this week.
Okay.
It was medicine related, I think.
Okay.
Because I started backing it off when I started taking anxiety meds.
Mm-hmm.
And that shit is way better. You know what? I mean, I gotta say, look, I was a very arrogant 20-year-old. Everybody that listens knows that. It's not surprised to hear that. I was not very much into psychiatry. I was very much into like neuroplasticity and like the human brain can heal itself and all this stuff. I fucking love these drugs, man. He just lets me like meddle around in there. Like you just gotta meet with a guy. But I felt so many different ways in like the last month. I've felt like a million different ways. I'm sure that probably freaks some people out. It's fucking fascinating to me.
Yeah.
Where they're just like, we'll pull the lever on this little tiny pill and kind of crank it up the dial over here and see what happens. And I wake up and I'm like whistling and I'm like, I'm having like a wonderful day. It's like a beautiful springtime day. I feel like I'm not stressed at all. I'm not like ready to explode on anybody. And then it's like, is this normal? When was normal? Like then it gets confused. I love it. I fucking love it.
Yeah.
As a psychonaut, don't knock the good stuff.
Yeah, they definitely.
It's cheaper than a drug
something.
Addiction too.
It is, and they just let you have as many as you want.
Yeah.
That's the way it like was for me. Like, they'll just keep giving you new meds. This is the first time I've been to psychiatrist in a very long time where they didn't adjust my meds. They were like, yeah, I think we got it, man.
Yeah.
You dialed in.
Yeah.
Look at you, buddy.
Rocking and rolling.
And I felt pretty good about that.
That's great.
I thought you had that nightmare because of the shooting thing.
No.
Like that this country fucking sucks. We didn't even talk. The fucking thing is, we didn't even talk about the Buffalo shooting.
I know, which was bad, yeah.
Well, I mean, sometimes you just don't talk about shootings.
That's true.
We're a comedy show. So.
But no, I mean, I tell you what, I sent a message to my friends as soon as it happened. I said, another fucking 18-year-old with a gun. Another stupid-ass fucking 18-year-old with a gun.
Yeah.
It's the problem. People under 30 with guns. And people over 50. So there's a very short range. And also, if you're not having a midlife crisis, you shouldn't have a gun. So 30 to 33 and 47 to 50, that's the only time you should be able to own a gun.
Yeah, this thing that happened at the school, though, that guy bought the gun, right?
What do you mean?
In Texas.
Yeah.
I don't even know how old he is. I never look into the guys because I don't want to read their I don't want to read their like manifestos and shit because it fucking freaks me out. You know what I mean? Like just reading this guy that was telling everybody he was going to do something and then he went and did it, and now Republicans are just like, yeah, what are we going to do about it? It's mental illness.
They're wild.
Yeah.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, Rod Dreher, they're the worst fucking people in the world.
What'd she say?
Oh, she was just saying that, like, she said something about in these moments you cry out, and some biblical ass shit where you look up to God and there's blood on your hands or something. It was so just evangelical, awful. Just the stuff, they never say the right thing. They always say the most heinous shit.
Yeah, and that the cops on this one.
Oh, I know.
This is just like another one of those times where it's like they say, if we defund the police, everything will be unsafe and bad. But it's like, the cops fucking let this kid do this, pretty much. You know, they weren't able to track him down before. You know,
Right.
They didn't catch him on social media or any of that shit while he was there saying he was going to do it. So they couldn't prevent it in that way. And then the guy fucking shows up and they're like, well, I thought he had a bulletproof vest on, so I just let him go in there and shoot people up, basically. And it's like, we don't need you then. Like, you don't do anything except for bug people at this point. You know, that's their whole fucking job.
Yeah.
It's an abject failure on the side of law enforcement for this. That is like, someday it feels like someday you gotta look at everybody has to look at it and say, like, what the fuck, what do you do? Like, it would be so great. It's like, every few years, every business decides they're going to look at everybody that works there and say, what the fuck do you do? And then lay people off. You know what I mean? But with the cops, it's like, we're always asking what they do. And they just keep getting more money and more training and shit like that. It's fucking crazy. It's fucking nuts. I was thinking about the Dimebag Darrell thing in town, where the guy got in there, he killed one person, but the cop like kind of took him down, and that cop is like is kind of a folk hero, and not really, not to people like me or anything, but people are like, oh, he was really brave. At least he fucking did something. You know, these guys didn't do shit. They were just like, I think he has a vest. I'm gonna sit in my car and see how this plays out. You know.
Yeah, and they're also saying they went and grabbed their own kids real quick and didn't want to let anybody panic, you know?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the Buffalo's even worse. I mean, that's just totally to strike fear in people's hearts. I don't know why you would go. I don't know what the point of killing kids is, you know? Mm-hmm. I guess because it's against the schools. I think because the schools are the combat zone now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I mean, it makes me really nervous because, like, we're in a really fucking reactionary state. Ohio is like a piece of shit red place as far as the state government goes. You know, we're gonna lose abortion rights here soon.
I mean, you're in a neighborhood where you guys are considered the problem.
My school. My school is a public school, but it's a lottery school where it's called the Crunchy School. It's where there are male teachers that have like earrings, dangly earrings, and like their nails painted. There's lesbian teachers. You know, they're celebrating diversity. They're doing it's a woke school. She goes to the fucking epitome of woke school.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, I think the thing that hit me, because I was like, another shooting earlier yesterday when it happened, and like, you know, I don't know how to deal with this stuff personally. You know, like, in my mind, it scares me too. Like, maybe it's because I have a daughter and there's kids in my life. There's a lot of kids in my life. It scares the shit out of me. And it makes me so fucking sad to think about those kids when they're in those schools. And to think about my kid being in that situation. Not even dying. Not even one of the kids that died. Just being in that situation. You know? And like, all these fucking mouth breathers can do is just say, let's put veterans in the school and let them. It's like, dude, there were 2 cops there. You know? 2 people with guns were standing there. They didn't do shit. It doesn't help.
Yeah.
We might as well give them fucking shurikens. They don't do anything.
Right. The guy walks up, blows away both of the dumbasses sitting in their cars, eating Italian subs or snoring or doing Facebook on the clock, talking to underage girls, and then it's over with.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our whole culture. It's the accessibility of guns, you know? Like, it's And also, I think for me, as what's scary as well is like the dude killed his grandma before he did all this.
Mm-hmm.
And like that's what scares me of having a daughter as well, is just like there's so many guys that just want to murder women. There's just we have an incredible amount of men that want to murder women in this country.
They just hate them. They just that like don't understand how to talk to them and stuff like that, you know. And it's ghoulish. It's just I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how to solve these things. I mean, now they're like he was getting bullied and he was mentally ill. And it's like, dude, I went to school with tons of people that were probably mentally ill and I was bullying people. So I know that there was bullying going on and fucking that's happening everywhere. Like you have to look at honestly, they're like, look at the root causes. And yes, we have to look at things like bullying and we have to look at stuff like that. But one of the root causes is easy access to guns. That's one of the root causes of this problem. Because I was reading something earlier in the week, Brett, about London, I think, or England. I don't remember what it was. I was Googling something to read. Oh, yeah, I don't remember what it was. It doesn't even fucking matter. But they were in London. They were having sort of a rally for the police. You know, it was a pro-police sort of thing about ending knife violence. And I just looked at that and I was like, man, I would fucking do anything for knife violence. You know what I mean? For knife violence to be our big problem, I would do anything. And fuck, dude, I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just wish somebody would do something. You know, why do we have these Dick Durbin today? I had a tweet out there today that made the rounds, I guess, of Dick Durbin saying like, well, you know, we really want to do something about this. I'll read you the quote here. Oh my God, Brian, I'm going to read you the quote from the guy. Oh my God,
yeah.
I'm such a dipshit. Here it is. Senate Judiciary Chairman Dick Durbin says gun control measures would likely not be taken up until after the Senate Memorial Day recess. And it's like, I remember when COVID first happened, there was a recess. And then when the Delta variant began, they had to go on recess before they could do anything about it. These motherfuckers, they just go on vacation. They just do nothing. There's nothing in this fucking world that can stop these pieces of shit from going on vacation. There's not a fucking thing. Like, this guy should be chased out of fucking town, you know? Going on vacation. You don't get to go on fucking vacation. You always read about these fucking CEOs and shit who are like, I don't ever take a vacation. You know, I'm always working and shit like that. The politicians are just like, oh man, you know, we get like a lot of vacation days. What do you want me to do? And you fucking go get on a Carnival cruise and ride a water slide or whatever. You know, I already paid for the cruise.
Yeah, it is also kind of telling in their reaction that we kind of just go back to normal. There's no like day of mourning or anything. It's just, I mean, it proves the point of anybody that wants to do this. No one fucking cares, you know?
Yeah.
We don't even bother. Joe Biden doesn't even bother to like yank the stop button on the wheels of production to be like, something has to stop right now, you know?
Yeah, we got to do something about this.
Yeah.
Instead, they just say, we got to do something about this.
He's like, I wish somebody would. He sees like God in heaven. I wish somebody would do something about this.
That's what they always do, too. That's the other fucking thing that drives me up the fucking wall. It's like, you go after the Democrats for this, and the tweet, I always talk about, there's like a magic number, right? If you tweet about something that might be a little controversial, like 100 retweets, right, is where people start yelling at you.
Yeah.
It's like, because it's gotten to a bunch of people that don't know who you are, and they'll always defend the Democrats and just say shit like the Republicans aren't letting them do it. It's like, well, then why am I voting ever? Like, what would the point be for any of it? I feel like it's pointless. The guys take vacations. They don't do shit. Every time something happens under a Democrat, the goddamn person, to the person, they're like, I wish somebody could fix this, man. It's fucked up. You know? The Republicans at least are honest. Like, we ain't going to do anything about this. Thoughts and prayers. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just because those founding fathers had such a good idea to make this the Wild fucking West. Like, this is our culture. This is our heritage. You can get a weapon and take anybody's life.
Yeah.
You know, anytime you want, guaranteed. That's a right every American has. No right to abortion or not getting pregnant.
Going to school.
Yeah, no right
getting killed.
Yeah.
Did you see Beto O'Rourke? He showed up at Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas's thing. We can play it, actually.
Did he get on a chair? Did he stand on top of a chair?
I kind of did wish he would get on a chair, but no, there wasn't a chair for him to stand on. But he wasn't supposed to be there. This is really high-level grandstanding, and I'll get the video up for you, Jason, and you can put it up for the people in the room. I got to get it up here. Oh, yeah, baby.
Yeah, I mean, really the situation I feel backed up into is like, I think guns are disgusting. Like, I think the manufacturing of guns is absolutely disgusting because you know what it's contributing to. And like every piece of ammunition that you make is intended to take a life.
Yeah, to kill something.
Yeah.
I mean, you could say you're shooting fucking beer bottles
fucking
or
sport.
whatever.
Yeah, you get a BB gun for sport.
Yeah, go for it.
Get a pellet gun.
Yeah, you just don't need it. You don't fucking need it. I don't know what you're doing with it at all. Okay, so we can have a goddamn shooting range that you can go to and play with the guns. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good idea. Vegas experience everywhere.
Yeah. You can go there and you can play with the guns all day and all night. But you are not going to stop somebody from doing anything with that fucking gun. You know?
And I also got to say, that whole thing about like if you make guns illegal, only criminals will have them. Like, I think that's good. I think a lot of truck nuts people would not be able to get illegal guns.
Yeah,
I don't think they're cool enough. I don't think they could have the connects. Like, I know there's a lot of psychos out there making ghost guns and shit off Facebook, but I think the majority of these fuckers, like, I don't know. This kid should have never been able to get a gun. Yeah. There's just no reason for any 18-year-old. Like I said, hunters, whatever. Hunters, rifle shit for hunters, it's fine. Canada has plenty of hunting rifles that people go and destroy animals with, you know?
Like, we know. Like,
there are other, like you said, Australia, New Zealand, England, there are these places where they pretty much were like, let's get rid of the guns, and then people stopped dying of suicide and people stopped getting murdered with guns.
Yeah. And like
it's a lot harder to stab somebody than to pull it.
Exactly.
Pull a trigger is like pushing a button. Sticking a knife into somebody, it's like, that's tough to really get it. I don't know if I have enough hate in my heart to dig it that deep.
If I could kill somebody with a knife, it would also take a lot of. You don't just stab somebody one time.
No, that's what I mean.
You're not gonna hit the heart. You're literally gotta like no.
Yeah,
you're probably fine. And yeah, some people have guns in London, but knives are cool. Though you could even, I think people could carry a sword if they wanted to.
Oh God, there's been too many guys at malls running around with swords doing weird shit. That's happened more than once now at this point. Like a mall samurai.
Well, I'm not gonna make fun of Beto.
Okay.
On this, obviously.
You're a Beto.
No, I think what he did is sort of decent, although he knows he's not going to get in trouble. You know? Like, they're not going to put him in jail.
Does he even have a job?
That I don't know.
He's just running for shit. He's unemployed.
Hey, put me in that situation. But you got to hear the people,
how the
people at the thing react.
Okay.
You got to, so, you got your headphones in?
Yep.
All right, here we go.
Oh, I love it.
Sir, you're out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Sir, you are out of line. Please stop this car. Get out. Get out.
A tragedy happened here. You need to leave.
What's happening?
This is not the
Where they? This is tight.
Yeah, that's all it is. But that guy yelling, "Sir, you are out of line."
He said,
"You are out of line."
"Get your ass out of here" is great too.
He was so hot under the collar that somebody came in and. But I mean, that's,
What did he say?
He just sounded like it's predictable. You always like come up to you go to these things and you say, "Oh, we don't know how to fix it," sort of thing. I think is what he was yelling at him. Nobody can really hear like what he was saying, but it was.
He's just an unemployed guy running around in his dress shirt with just yanking at the collar. He was like real respectful. He didn't cuss. That's like politician style, like protesting.
Guerrilla, like.
Yeah,
he comes in there with he fucking couldn't put a t-shirt on. Right?
I know, he couldn't even, he couldn't throw a hat in there or maybe a jacket.
But I mean, I know
He's
that
on-
it's grandstanding. Like, of course,
Oh, yeah.
he's a politician. But you know what? Anybody else that did that would have been tased and beaten up and kicked out. The police were not going to do that to Beto. You know what I mean? And like, I don't know. It's not too bad, actually, that he did something like that. I don't want him to be president.
I think every sector, I don't care who it is, disruption, I want it to be continuous rolling disruption. Like I want that guy to be screaming all the time, "You're out of line," while we're pushing him out of line.
I love the guy yelling, "You're out of line."
It's such a dumbass, he's such a parent. It's such a paternalistic ass, bullshit, conservative parent ass attitude to think that you can just say that. Like there's fucking rules. Like you're in charge of the rules? Fuck you.
And he's not out
You put a
of line.
microphone down here. I can say whatever I want.
Yeah, when people get killed, that's the other thing that makes me fucking crazy about Republicans is they always fucking are like, you're out. They're always yelling, "You're out of line," and like, don't politicize this. And it's like, I mean, you only say that because you're the ones that are like making guns more available. That's why
right.
you politicize something else that happens that's not under your purview. I just hate them so much.
I mean, if anybody steps in to restrict like military weaponry going to anybody in Texas, those fuckers are very passionate. Then that gets them out of their seat.
Yeah, and they yell, "You're out of line." You know, I saw this article. I found this website called police1.com. It's like where police can like have a time with each other and just really enjoy each other's company on the internet. Is khaki the new black? County officials in Maryland think so. In an effort to make officers look less intimidating,
oh no,
the Montgomery County Police Department could soon be shucking their black uniforms, WTOP reported. Mark Eldridge, a county official, said at a press conference Wednesday he thinks the officers need a new look. There's a pretty broad consensus that the uniforms are intimidating, Eldridge says. It's something we ought to do, and it will help take some of the intimidation out of the appearance of an officer.
So this is the Obama Police Department, the tan suit police department.
That tan suit. He shouldn't have wore that tan suit. That was disrespectful to everybody.
Everybody's going to be like, "Hey, you got something on your suit there. You got a stain on your suit." You can't keep that clean.
I think
the laundry budget on a tan suit is so fucking high.
But I like the idea that it's not like the gun or the stick or the taser or the mace.
Yeah.
That's not intimidating at all to me.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. My taser and baton fit snugly on my cool comfort fit khakis.
Also, they have a flashlight that they could use as a weapon.
Yeah. All right. Also,
And a bike.
25-pound flashlight.
They have,
Smith & Wesson bicycle.
they have so
Gun
many
people
weapons.
make bikes just for them. Like,
Yeah.
we don't normally do this, but you're our favorite.
I'm not intimidated by people wearing black. That is not something that bums me out. I wear black a lot of times. I have black pants, black shirt. I wear all black at times. I don't feel like I'm intimidating. I feel like if I was carrying all of those weapons just around my waist and then also had a shotgun in my car, that would be where the intimidation factor would come in. And every time you have an interaction with a cop, they're screaming. They love screaming too, you know?
Yeah, they'll just scream at you what to do.
So
And
in
then
order
use the belt stuff if you don't.
So in order to solve the problem, they're gonna put them in khakis. So stupid. stupid. At least though, the thing.
What kind of cut? Are they gonna do a different cut? Like do like a bell bottom cut maybe, or
I don't know. I don't know how they make cop.
are they gonna do pleated?
I think something I like a little bit about the police uniform is that it looks like astoundingly uncomfortable. It just looks like the most uncomfortable, scratchy shit of all time.
I doubt it is, man. They get so much comfort.
You think?
Yeah, they get so much money spent on them.
But that's that fabric on the shirt seems like horrible, you know? But maybe you're right. Maybe they're comfortable. I don't know, but
I feel like they get pampered.
I think the thing
That stuff can be done well. I don't think they're getting. I don't believe it's a mall security guard level of scratch.
Okay. So there's a neighborhood in Columbus.
Wait, khaki top or white top? Wait, khaki all the way, right?
I think they were saying because the picture
Butterfly
has khaki pants and a blue shirt.
What?
Like a navy blue shirt. Like maybe like they're working at Walmart. Like almost like.
No, that's not. You can't do that. That's like a faux pas.
Yeah.
That should be white on top or.
Khaki and blue is police colors though, kind of.
But then you don't mix them.
Yeah. That's what the police do.
Never.
Yeah. You get a thin blue line blue on a shirt. Actually, that color is not even like a real thing. It's
It is
like
a color.
Blue raspberry. I saw this story in fucking Ohio. Actually, I wanted to talk about this because I read this story. I can't find it again. I'll never find it again. But I wanted to get your thoughts on this. In Columbus, obviously, there's a lot of people living in tents in every city that there are. Like, I'm not. This is not a Columbus thing. This isn't a Seattle thing, which there are a lot of people living in tents there and on the West Coast. But there are a lot of people living in tents.
It's getting more and more. I mean, the Sheets by my house, like, I'm paying $5 just to go to the fucking Sheets now. Just to get in. There's always somebody sitting there asking for money at the same intersection where there's 4 people flying signs. There's secret tent set up also in the fucking tree line.
Mm-hmm. There's tents everywhere. And I read this story and it really fucking affected me because like and I didn't even put it in for show notes. It was just something that like, I don't know what I was doing, but I was just scrolling through news, right? And there is a neighborhood in Columbus on the east side. I'm going to have to find out the neighborhood. Maybe we can drop some stuff off to them. There is a section of people that are living in tents in this neighborhood on an abandoned lot.
Yes.
Right behind a church.
They've reached out to us.
Have they?
Yeah. We can get in contact with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go, what I read is the church wants them gone because they said they're shitting and pissing all over the place and using their dumpster. Okay. Which, listen.
That happens. People do that.
People do have to shit and piss.
They create waste.
At times.
Regardless of income level, we all create waste.
It sucks too, because I would get surgery to not shit or piss ever again. Sure. Like tomorrow. If they invented surgery that you would never have to shit or piss again or eat, I would get it tomorrow. That would be the fucking thing. I would wake up and I would go wait in line at the doctor because I think everybody would want that surgery.
What if they install you inside of like a jelly type thing and just put your brain into like a Matrix type thing where you are doing whatever you want and look however you want, but you don't have to worry about eating or shitting or your human body anymore?
I guess eating, I like eating.
Yeah, I say I can't give up eating.
But I also would like not eating. Right?
Ooh.
Like I would
like
love
if you
it.
went a whole week without having to worry about, oh my God, what to eat?
What are we going to eat for dinner?
Not at all.
Sort of thing.
Never.
If they could give you surgery, like where maybe it's like a temporary surgery where they're like, you don't have to eat for 2 weeks and you never have to shit or piss again. And then you could go in and take a pill and not have to eat for another 2 weeks later. You know, it's like not a permanent thing because I just hate going to the bathroom. I just think it's the worst thing. Let's get rid of burping too. I would like to get rid of burping and farting too.
It's funny.
Yeah. Get rid of burping and farting.
Shitting is fun and burping and farts are funny.
This is the worst thing. I did the worst thing the other day. I came home. I drank a goddamn bunch of caffeine and a protein shake, and I sat down by my Legos, and I was sitting over in the dining room. My wife is on a work call, and she's talking, so it's not on mute. And I cut two of the loudest farts I've ever... two of the loudest in my whole life.
You're a gym bro.
Yeah, and I was like, I hope they thought she was, like, just cutting them up. You know what I mean? Like, in the meeting, like, I actually ended up apologizing later and being like, I'm sorry I was cutting farts while you was working. But, yeah, I would get rid of... So, anyway, they're shitting and pissing, and they are using the dumpster, which doesn't... I don't understand this territorial over dumpsters. As long as you're not throwing mattresses in it, which I do. I obviously, if I gotta get rid of mattress and throw it in a dumpster.
There's no room for a mattress. There's room for a mattress.
But so the city, the article I read is that the city has no plans to do anything as of now, right? And I don't know why the church won't just let them use their bathroom, but I'm just letting that slide too.
Right.
You know, I'm not going to talk about hypocrisy or any of that shit because we know none of that works.
Jesus Christ didn't have running water, so who can say what he would have done in that situation?
But they want them gone, and they want the state to come and raise this thing.
Right.
And
those people already got cracked.
Yeah.
I mean, this camp had already... Most of these people had got kicked out in the middle of the night. They were over in the park, that park on the west side.
Okay. So the suggestion... I see a suggestion in the article of... Well, why don't we... Because they're helping out around the neighborhood, too, according to the people that are staying there. They're like mowing people's lawns that can't mow their lawns and helping people out in the neighborhood.
Oh, my God.
I would love that, too. Do anything for that.
I mean, the only people I see mowing the lawns are like... Who's going to mow the lawns when all these 70-year-olds die that are mowing the fucking lawns?
Yeah.
Like, every landscaper I see is probably about 68, I would say.
Yeah.
All the people that do the weed whacking and the mulching at my place, and, like, they're just, like, out there cutting the grass. Just needs to be done, right?
Millennials don't like cutting the lawn, dude. They're giving up on lawn.
Wildflowers, you're right.
Yeah, they hate fucking... Well, they hate lawns, first of all.
Hate lawns.
I remember when you got your lawn and you liked lawns. I was like, he's the first guy I ever met that likes having a lawn.
My lawn so much. I miss my lawn more than anything. We said it was a little go-kart track. It was like horseshoe. It was all kinds of shit. It was like third living room, basically.
Yeah.
We would lay a blanket out there and just hang out under that fucking tree all day.
You gotta mow the grass.
You do gotta mow that
That's
grass.
where the issue comes in.
It feels weird. It tickles your ankles too much once
Yeah.
it gets high. And you get all itchy and shit.
So these guys are mowing grass and helping people carry their groceries in, taking their trash cans down to the corner, whatever. They're helping people in the neighborhood. And the people in the neighborhood didn't seem to get mad about it. From the article says, like, the people in the neighborhood are like, I don't care, just let them stay in those fucking tents. But there are the church people and a few other people who are like, well, kids walk by there to get to school, and who knows what they're going to see. And it's like, people living in a tent.
The harsh reality of life. This is the world that we're handing to them. Why should they be shielded from the real fucking world that you people are creating?
So, yeah. So... The part of the article that fucking made me go nuts was that they said the city is evaluating whether to give them a porta potty and a dumpster. But so far they don't know if there will be any liability issues because of that. And I don't know why that set me off and made me nuts. Because it's like, what? This liability issue shit, I'm done with that. I'm no more liability issues ever again. It's fucking stupid, dude. I'm not saying, like, no more suing or anything like that. But what the fuck are they going to do with a toilet and a dumpster? Like, what? Are they going to fall in? Like, what's going to happen with the toilet and a dumpster that they could be liable for? And who's going to do the suing? People that live in tents are going to fucking sue the city for giving them a toilet? Like, what is this liability issue shit? And then people pointed out on Twitter and stuff, you know, other liability issues are the reasons they pour bleach on food so that people can't eat it. Or dumpster diving is the dumpsters, the locked dumpsters. It's claimed that the locked dumpsters are for liability issues.
Right.
And shit like that. It's like, these are two words. That liability issues is just, it just means you're doing something evil. It's just evilness.
It happened. You know what? I don't want to drag Jim Carrey in the mud, but that movie Liar Liar, it really spread that old folk tale about the robber that fell through the ceiling and landed on a butcher knife and sued the homeowner.
Yeah.
I think everybody thought that was based on a real thing. I think everybody was like, that's pretty much what the law is that criminals get to sue, you know, good, honest people.
Do you think that really happened anywhere? Like, burglar sues homeowner. I'm Googling.
Yeah, that definitely has happened.
You think so?
Yeah, I'm sure. If I was a smart burglar, I mean, there's more than one way to burgle, right? You can burgle in several different ways.
Burglar. I don't know how to spell burglar.
You ever seen that guy that says, I've sued every job I've had?
No.
Let me find it. You should play this. This is the best fucking clip.
I'm looking. Oh, burglar sues homeowner and wins. Okay, well, I guess they do. A guy sued somebody for shooting him on a break-in. And, yeah, okay, well, whatever. But it has to happen like 5 times in the history of the world, too. You know?
I sent your Twitter DM, but it's long, though.
How long?
It's 9 minutes, but there are some really, really good clips in there.
Okay, well, I will do it this week and bring it back on Wednesday.
Charleston White.
I will do it this week and bring it back on Wednesday. Got a couple other things I got here. For cast members at Disney, things have changed. And I get lots of Disney news, by the way. I went through that thing where I was watching Defunctland. Now Google thinks all I care about is Disney. But sometimes I get pieces about the people that work there.
Yeah, that's good.
And it's worth having because, I mean, that's an insane job, I believe.
I mean, I read something about the amount of characters that get approached by kids that have child abuse. Like,
what?
The only person they can tell, the only person they trust to tell is Cinderella that, like, their parents are molesting them and shit.
Or Goofy, like they just tell
Mickey
Goofy,
Mouse,
like,
yeah.
Bro. So that happens, like, regularly?
Yeah, there was a lot of stories about that. Those people put up with too much.
That's
being the characters from the kids' movies makes people psychotic about you. Well, it's hard to be that. It's hard to take up that mantle.
Yeah, I was Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese, which is a lot less intense version of that.
Better. He's low on the mouse scale.
He is low.
Mickey's
Nobody ever. I'm not saying that anybody ever confessed or any.
Mickey Mouse would call Chucky a crumb bum.
Yeah, I'm not saying anything because Chucky's not trained. Chucky's just the guy that the guy or the woman that fits in the costume, basically. Like, you have to probably go to, like, some kind of training to be Cinderella or Goofy or I don't know very many Disney characters. I'm sorry. All
your favorites.
Honcho.
Iron Man, Thanos.
Oh, no, but I'm trying to do Disney. Like, I'm trying to be like... Which I've been thinking about Disney somewhat lately, that Mickey Mouse is kind of dead. Like, we don't talk about Mickey Mouse. Mickey Mouse was one of the biggest stars. Mickey Mouse was one of the biggest stars in the fucking world when I was a kid. You love Mickey Mouse. You bought a Mickey Mouse shirt. You bought Mickey Mouse clothes. You go to Disney to see Mickey Mouse. Now every motherfucking person goes there to do Star Wars shit or Marvel shit. And I'm not going to call those guys the Disney characters. I'm talking about Goofy and Pluto.
No, there's people that spend $10,000 a year to go do Mickey to put Mickey and Minnie ears on.
Yeah.
You know? And go have their, like, anniversary dinner.
Not this
and
guy.
have, like, Pluto come out and suck up a big long piece of spaghetti.
Yeah, I don't know how people are going there this year. I just Googled a round trip flight for 3 people to Montana. $15,000.
No way.
I swear to
Well, no one wants to go to Montana.
I do.
That's why.
The B-Dog does.
Drive in. Why don't you fly to a nearby city?
18 miles. Or 18 hours.
No. Fly to a nearby fly to Denver and then drive there 6 hours or something.
Okay. We're going to look into
Rent a
that.
car.
Yeah, I want to go to Montana
No
or
way,
North
it's 15
Dakota.
grand. That's not worth
It's what
it.
it said to me.
It's 'cause
15 grand. 3 people, $5,000 each. Round trip.
For tomorrow? Did you look like tomorrow? Or
No, I looked for like August because I wanted to go to Montana.
That's unreal.
I'm a Montana freak. I really want to go to Montana. That's like my dream vacation is Montana. Big sky country, they call it up there.
What are you going to do?
Nothing. That is exactly why I want to go to Montana. I want to go hiking. I want to stay in a tent. I want to go out in the middle of a field and scream as loud as I can. And like all kinds of stuff. I just have all these ideas in my head. I just want to see Montana. I want to go to the big part of the country. You know, the Montanas, your North Dakotas, your South Dakotas, your the Dakotas.
Yeah, the negligible places.
Yeah, the places people don't want to go to. So, new Disney cast member attendance policy.
Okay.
I don't know the old one, but I think as I read this, you will get an idea of the old one. And I just want me and you to kind of evaluate the new Disney cast member attendance policy. Because I think there's some stuff in there that like really got me, you know. This is from the union. It is a union job.
Okay.
We've met with Disney and reviewed the proposed attendance policy. While we wait for clarification to questions that were raised, we wanted to provide members with the main takeaways. Understand this is just the beginning of the conversation with Disney, and we will negotiate with Disney over the impact and request changes made, meaning this may not be the final policy. This also, I want to say this comes after one of the benefits to working at Disney is you get to go to Disney for free. But
yeah, that's. Do you get
to
eat
go to
for
work
free?
for free?
Do you get to eat for free?
Well, I mean, probably you can you can hook up with food. You know what I mean?
I bet they have RFID tags in like every piece of spaghetti. I
don't know.
The movie theater, when I was 20 years ago at the movie theater, they counted cups at the end of the night compared to how many that you sold.
No way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had no idea.
Shit.
I had no clue.
Disney has to be like that on another level.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, well, I would have thought you could hook up. You know what I mean?
There is always a way. That's also true. I'm denying like the human instinct to overcome boundaries, and we always prevail. And I would be stealing from Disney the whole time.
God, that's all I
bring
do.
my own cheap spaghetti and fill it in instead of their spaghetti.
But one of the things that is a benefit there is being able to go for free with your family and you can get people in with you.
Yeah,
so that's a nice little benefit. You know, they have blackout days though.
Of course.
At Disney.
Of course.
And they have increased the blackout days exponentially over time. Right. So the blackout days have gotten crazy. So they're already kind of mad.
Yeah.
About some of this. So here's the first part of this. No more point system. So they used to have a point system, from what I gather.
Okay, I hate those.
Oh God, you don't have any idea how much because I'll tell you what a point system is for people that have never had a point system. And this is just how mine worked, and I know that this is how they all work probably. 15 minutes late, quarter point. Half hour late, half point. Or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it is? It's like
something like 15 minutes to half hour is a half day. Anything past a half day is a full occurrence.
Yeah.
One occurrence per day or half occurrences. Then it's usually rolling. And like ours was 12. You had 12 occurrences and it was rolling. So we would just rock at like 11 and just wait until it went down to 10.5. And then the next day I would take a half day.
Yeah. And like at the place I worked at, the point system worked out so that if once you hit the half day mark, it was the same amount of points for showing up as it was for not showing up. Like once you hit
Yeah,
a certain
yeah,
point,
yeah,
it was like,
yeah.
well, then
Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
just,
coming in.
yeah, what the hell? So here comes. No more point system. Instead, attendance infractions will be tracked as total amount of unexcused time of work. So
Oh, just a running. You just are like building a running tally that stays with you.
yeah, and you will end up like it's that's also bad for the employees because it is not. They can make a day longer, like an occurrence more, because you're talking about over the hours. You know what I mean? So it's like you're talking about total amount of time unexcused instead of like just a day. I wasn't there for the day. That was unexcused. That's the occurrence. You're getting charged for the time that you were gone. That sucks. Different amounts of unexcused time / tardies for full-time, casual, regular, and casual temporary were triggered discipline. So I guess that's the full-time, casual, regular. Sounds like a sex thing to me. Must be just a person that works part-time, you know?
But what a weird way to say it. Like, you're not an employee, you're a casual regular.
Sounds like sex,
just
dude.
hang around here, but like pretty regularly.
Swinger language.
Yeah.
This sounds like swinger. So tardies tracked separately by number of occurrences. So that's bad. That's actually real bad for them because that's where.
Wait, tardies are separate. There's tardies occurrences and tracked hours now.
Yeah.
But there's no point system. So what do we gain here?
Well, there is a point. I think there's still different amounts. Okay, so if you work 16 hours, you get 6 hours. Yeah, it's by time. They're doing it by time, right? So instead of points, they just changed the points to time. But the thing that I saw,
They said occurrences though too.
yeah, they're crazy. No more continued absences, only counting as one infraction, and that's really the reason they did it, because that was what they were doing, right? Is if like you needed 6 days off for an illness, that was one occurrence.
Right. Yes.
You ain't
I see
doing
what
that no
you're
more.
saying, yeah.
That ain't happening no more. Now it's
That
6 occurrences.
used to be the game. That definitely was the game. It's like, fuck, I mean, I'm 48 hours deep. I have a little extra money. I should just take the third day because I'm not going to get an extra occurrence from this, you know?
Supplementing sick time to not receive an infraction will require equal amount of time be supplemented. For example, a 6-hour shift requires 6 hours to be supplemented. So now that it's by the hour, they give you a certain amount of hours to have time off.
So they're getting granular about it.
Yeah.
No more ones and halves and.
Well, you can take more from somebody if like people. First of all, I doubt you can leave early when you work at Disney. Like they don't let you just go home.
No.
You know, oh, I'm sick. They're like, yeah, right, motherfucker. I've never had a job where they let you go home when you're sick, but yeah,
They have a fucking hospittal there. They're like,
they have jail too.
go wait. We'll go wait in the waiting room at the hospital here.
Yeah. So, where was the other thing I saw? No more
Clock
continue.
out before you go though.
Yeah. So, Disney, we're with you. Tell them to stick with the point system. Don't let them change it. Anytime you're at a job and they change your attendance policy, it's not good for you. I can promise that. They're never going to change the attendance policy to be better for you.
It's only going to get worse.
Yeah. I've never had somebody actually say, hey, I saw this story, Brett. I really like it. I really enjoyed it. I think this lady seems like the best. This is from a website called the Johnston Report that I got.
Okay.
A former tenant.
Big Johnston.
Yeah. A former tenant at a Clayton area home has been charged with felony larceny after she allegedly sold property at the address that didn't belong to her. By the way, if you're renting, I feel like that shit, I get it, you know? Like she's renting, right?
Yes, and there's some shit that's left behind.
By the landlord. Left it behind, like the oven.
All the tools that were... all the landscaping tools in the shed. I sold the mower. I don't need that mower. I don't mow the fucking lawn.
Yeah. The 80-year-old landlord reported that Pittman rented a home from her in the Buckingham subdivision off Guy Road. Pittman was later evicted from the residence. After Pittman moved out, the landlord discovered a $12,000 hydraulic car lift bolted to the floor, and a barn behind the home had been stolen.
What? Okay.
Pittman allegedly sold the car lift on Facebook. She reportedly told sheriff investigators she thought she had the right to sell the car lift. I mean,
if you thought you did, I mean, that's airtight. You thought you did. I can't stop that. She thought she did.
You're about to evict me. I need $12,000.
Yeah, she didn't mean to. She just thought she did.
I've never heard of anybody making that, like, as a case, but I do have to say.
That? Oh, that does. It seemed too good to be true when I did it.
But I do have to say this. I do think it sucks when, like, a landlord. My landlord's never done this. I'll be clear. I don't think I've ever had a landlord that did this, but I know they do it when they leave shit at your house and say don't touch it.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to an Airbnb and they're like, don't open none of these doors.
Right.
You know? And then, like, you get there and you're like, what's behind those doors? And let me tell you, one time it was birds. So
yeah.
We had birds.
That was out in the open, really.
Yeah.
Like there was a blanket over top of them.
Yeah, don't move this blanket. You don't want to see what's under it. It's birds.
Yeah, there's birds in here.
But I don't think I like it in that. Like, I don't like the idea of them being able to, like, leave stuff in the garage. You know what I mean? Like, oh, you're renting this, but I have the garage.
Yeah.
That shit should just be yours.
I had a bunch of stuff in the basement. My old place that we used to rent, they stored a lot of shit in our house.
That's unfair. That means it's not my house because you know what? You're allowed to just come in and fucking take it.
Like it's there. They do own it. I mean,
sure, but it's your place. They shouldn't be allowed to.
It's technically not. I don't think you understand how renting works.
I can say
renting means you're a guest. You can't even paint the fucking walls.
Right. Well, you can. You just gotta paint over them when you leave. That's what they say. That's the story I'm always told. Is no, you're allowed to paint the walls. You just have to paint them white when you leave.
White when you leave.
Yeah, which sounds like a lot of work.
Plug up all the holes.
You gotta be a maniac to paint walls in your house, though, in your rented apartment. That's a maniac behavior to do.
Trying to get those that security deposit back.
So she got a little bit of jail time, or she's being fined a little bit.
That's
but
yeah, she probably has no money. I say fine people that don't have money. I think that's fine. That's fair. She has no money. There's never gonna get any of that money.
We should get fined, and rich people should go to jail.
Yes, they had the money to do it. They had the motherfucking money to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I went and did board games. I went and got some board games today, and I was so happy. This lady that I met up with was so fucking nice. First of all, her games were priced like to move. There's so many people on Facebook that are like, I know what I got, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So like a board game that's $40, you can't get anywhere else for less. So that's just the price of the game, right?
Yeah.
She had them for $15 on there. And I went over and also this is another piece of advice. I pulled the divorce card, which I think if you're over 30, you should come up with a reason, just a story about your divorce, and just every stranger you meet, tell them you're divorced and see what happens.
Yeah.
Because you get bonus stuff.
They'll just give you shit because they've probably been divorced.
That's exactly what happened. I was like, oh my God, thank you for getting these games. This is so awesome. My daughter's going to love them. And she's like, you know what, your daughter? I was like, yeah. She's like, how old is she? I was like, she's 9. She's like, take these too. And she grabs these other games and gives them to me. And then was so happy to give them away. And I love that because like 2 weeks ago, I was at a garage sale in German Village where woman was like, I wanted to pay $3 for her husband's old Levi jeans. And she was like, they were marked $5. I mean, they're Levi's. And she's saying that in front of a $500,000 house.
Yeah.
You know? Fighting me.
Their Levi's doesn't mean that they're, well, I guess $5 is still, but Levi's don't mean shit.
There was a sign that said pants $3. So I thought all pants were $3.
Yeah, but not the Levi's.
She scoffed at me like, "Oh, not the Levi's." And it's like, "Fuck you! You should be free."
Yeah.
This is a $500,000 house. You have a late model car out there. You have nothing to fucking worry about.
Yeah, the Levi's thing, like not all Levi's are like worth a ton. Some places just sold Levi's when I was growing up that were like they were considered crummy. I remember my friends would make fun of you for having Levi's.
Yeah.
You know, in the 90s, you didn't wear Levi's. That's just the way it was. Oh, I saw a guy today in a shirt that had, so in Ohio, we had this place called Lazarus in Columbus. We had this department store called Lazarus, and every Christmas they had this thing called the Lazzy Bear. Mm-hmm. And it was a big deal. I mean, everybody in Columbus had a Lazzy Bear when they were kids, I think. I know I had one.
Yeah, it was a big department store that was only here.
Yeah. Saw a guy with a Lazzy Bear t-shirt on that had to be from when the last Lazzy Bears were sold. Yeah.
No
way. And I saw him walking. I just wanted to stop him and be like, hey, that shirt's probably worth some money.
I'm sure they know.
I don't think so, because he was an old guy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it was like an old guy wearing it.
Yeah, he's like, dude, you got a collector's item on.
Yeah, I was like, I should have said, can I come to your house and look at some of your shit? Can I see your clothes, sir?
What else do you have in there exactly?
Yeah. I'm going to read one more thing from the Parents Television Council real quick. I was looking at their site today just to see like what they're up to, and I saw this story, and it's such a weird story. The Parents Television Media Council lauded Warner Brothers' decision to keep smoking out of its upcoming film, The Batman, as reported by Variety.
We're going to have smoking?
Actor Colin Farrell fought vigilantly for his character Oswald Cobblepot, a.k.a. the Penguin, to have a cigar as a prop, but the studio declined. Wouldn't let the Penguin smoke. But the Parents Television Council are like really amped about that. Like, yeah, you know, and that's not censorship.
They agree or not?
Yeah, they agree with it. You should be allowed. You shouldn't be showing people smoking.
I think it's to make right-wing men look bad because they love smoking cigars so much.
Yeah,
it's just more of a liberal biased media. What's wrong with villains smoking?
I don't know. And the thing about the Parents Television Council, the other thing that they're really up on, that they're really mad about, which they used to get so mad when I was growing up. They had so much power when I was growing up. People think like, the Parents Television Council, like, what are they? What do they do? When I was growing up, man, that all you heard about was these motherfuckers. They would bring them on the news to talk about why every TV show was bad. They're mad now because the increase in male nudity in television and movies.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, you don't fix the amount of female nudity in movies by adding male nudity. And I was like,
well, we want to keep the female nudity. We want to keep the nude women, though, so we got to compromise here. Yeah. It's like if you want to do a girl-girl threesome, you got to do a guy-guy threesome, too.
Yeah. I do like that there's more male nudity and stuff. Like, I mean, you know, when I was a kid, you didn't see a penis ever until you saw porno. I can't think, until Jackass came out, I can't think of how many times I saw a penis in a movie, you know? Jackass was like sort of the first time, and some of the Judd Apatow stuff had it. But I cannot...
Is there a penis in Interview with the Vampire?
I don't know, but it was a big story when Bruce Willis showed us Peter in a movie. Remember?
No, Boogie Nights too. Wait, what was...
But that was a Peter that was fake.
Fakey.
That was a fake Peter. But I'm going to look up how many Peters are in movies.
28 Days Later was a good penis at the beginning.
Really?
Yeah, I remember that too. It was like, oh, yeah, kind of, yeah. What would it be like to wake up naked and afraid?
Okay. Movies with penises in them.
Oh my God, it's not going to get what you want at all. Mr. Skin for Men.
In them. All right, here we go.
Skin or Mix's Skin.
Here we go. The 9 greatest penis moments in movies. That could tell us something.
Kevin
right?
Bacon did the sideways one in Wild Things.
Yes, he did have a penis in that movie. I would do penis in a movie. I would do it. I would fucking do it, dude. If somebody was like, hey, Brian, I'll give you fucking $50,000 to show your penis in this movie, I would have taken that. Like that.
How low? What's the lowest number you'll go?
$2,000.
$2,000?
Maybe $1,000.
Wait, so
actually,
peepus or penis?
I would.
The peepus is when it's not in activation mode.
Well, okay.
You want to do?
I
this
would probably want to get
resting penis.
I would probably want to get it going. A little,
Okay.
like halfway.
Okay.
Maybe, because I don't want people to see what it looks like when it's not.
It's so cute though.
It's so brave when people do that one.
Resting
you know?
penis.
Yeah, that's
just
brave.
a little bump on a log, just sitting there, and it looks like.
I feel like that's like one of the more brave, possible things. It was big news when they did it in Watchmen.
Was it?
Yeah, people were fucking going nuts about it. The Crying Game. That's another Peebus movie. And yeah, no, they didn't show him very much. And it was like big fucking news when Bruce Willis did it. And it was always big news when it happened. It was just like when Sharon Stone showed The Beaver. They were like, dude, that was in the news. Like, you would be sitting there and reading it. People were like, should we be doing this? In movies, it's like, who cares?
Yeah, why not?
I've seen a penis before. It's mine. I would do it for $500.
Wow, we could get that though, dude. Don't say that.
I would show my Peter for $500.
Okay,
for
chat. Sure. I mean, just let
don't
us know.
Chat. Don't raise money for my Peter.
Subscribe on twitch.tv/rebranding for Peepa's content.
Nobody wants to see the B-Dog's Peter.
Yeah, I mean, I think there should be an increase of them.
I do too. I think it should be in like every rated R movie because, man, there was so much time like where every rated R movie had titties in it.
Yeah, that was like the goal, what you're going to see.
Yeah, that was what you were going to get. And it was just like you were going to see that and it was like going to be cool. But then like at some point now they've decided it's okay to do men, and now the Parents Television Council is not having it.
Yeah.
They're so hot under the collar about it. They're also really mad at the show Euphoria.
Really? What happens?
They do drugs in it, and they show penises in it, and stuff.
Okay.
They say don't let your kids watch it, and it's like you can't. Guess what, dude? You can't stop kids from watching shit. If they want to watch it, they're gonna watch it. You would have to take their TV and throw it out the window if you didn't want them to watch something.
I gotta say, Brian, you did defeat the Parents Teacher Council, and I will be following in your footsteps. In that, like, if you pretend that you weren't like that as a kid, your kid's gonna do that.
Yeah.
If you aren't open and frank to them about sex and drugs and rock and roll as a teenager, they're gonna fucking just experiment.
Oh yeah.
And make a real fucking those kids are neglected. That's what that fucking show is about. And Republican parents want to neglect their kids.
Yes. Psychic Gasoline said, I want to see a dick chopped off in a horror film. See the movie Ma. She cuts a guy's dick off with scissors, and it's one of the most...
They show it?
I was in the movie theater and I laughed real hard, but I took a bunch of teenagers with me to see the damn movie because they wanted to see it, but they couldn't get in because they were 16 and they hid their eyes. I laughed. I was like, God, but it was an uncomfortable laugh because it was like, that's not something I should see. But yeah, for sure. 500. Okay, I'm going to take the 500 back. I'm going to say 1,000. I will show my Peter for $1,000.
Publicly? No,
I don't care.
It has to be like you're in the steam room in the new Top Gun, and then Maverick is like, asks for a towel, and like you throw one and just get like a shot of you.
I mean,
you're the old guy confidently walking around with his whole fucking bits and pieces swinging around everywhere at the YMCA.
No.
In the new like Wes Anderson movie.
No. They showed... I'm trying to think. Because, like, I would do a tasteful OnlyFans. I think I would do that. I really do. I think if somebody wanted to fucking give me a couple grand a month to show my Peter and stuff like that, I would fucking... I mean, I would do it for $500 a month.
What's tasteful to you?
What's tasteful? I mean... I don't know, like I'll be wearing a cowboy hat with my pants off or something.
Okay, will you jack off in front of everybody?
No, I don't think I could do that. I don't think I could get it going. You know?
Right. You're like, I'm sorry. You just start get one of those spirals.
I would do that.
Sorry, live stream. I'm trying. I really want to. I'm sorry.
I do that thing that the guy did on Kids. Where he's like going like this and his dick is slapping at sides like that. Maybe I'll do that.
You just be like, hey, OnlyFans, like, remember this part in Kids?
Yeah.
You would recreate movie penises. That's what you should do.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
I would also like. I'm trying to think.
I
you know what I would learn? You know what I would do? I would learn puppetry of the penis. I would carry their.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I would carry on their fucking thing.
Okay.
As the guy that does
train with them?
hamburger.
You're gonna do hamburger?
Well, I would watch them and learn how to do it myself.
Wristwatch?
Wristwatch? I don't know if I can do wristwatch.
You can't do wristwatch?
I don't think so.
You gotta stretch it.
I don't think I can do that. I'm pretty sure. But yeah. I don't know how bad it is to show. I don't think it's bad for people to see a penis. I would have to, literally, if I did it though, right? I would have to convince myself that, like, it would take a long time to get it done. Because I'd have to be sitting and talk. I mean, when I say a long time, it would like take a year.
You'd have to be sitting in front of all the Legos that you bought and be like, I did promise to do something for all this money. I did promise the people I would. I have 2 Titanic Legos now.
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. It's like I would have to spend like some time with myself. Like I would have to like go on a retreat or something before I did.
Ayahuasca.
Yeah, and like talk to myself and be like, Brian, penis is just a penis, okay? So it's not a big deal, and everybody's seen one, because it's 18 and up thing. Anybody who hasn't seen one,
right?
They ain't gonna see it.
We've all seen movies.
Yeah, we've all seen. Well, there's not very many in movies.
That's true.
We've learned that.
Yeah.
Parent Television Council's saying there's too many.
What's wrong with them?
I don't know. They're fucking nuts, dude. They're also mad because like they're putting a TVMA show on Disney Plus. Okay. They're like flipping out. It's like, God damn, guys.
Can kids get to it or something?
Well, yeah, maybe. They're mad about Disney Plus. They spend all their time really mad at Disney Plus.
Smart.
And because they're the ones you could guilt. You know what I mean?
Right, right.
This is for kids. But yeah, the other thing I saw that I didn't get to this week, but I think I'm going to keep it around, is the article about Elon Musk being mad about the woke mind virus ruining Netflix.
Yeah.
And like this week they come out with that Ricky Gervais thing that's like extremely like mean transphobic, like in a really nasty way.
Oh, I didn't know that happened. A new special?
It's a new special, and it's supposed to be like what's his name? Dave Chappelle was sort of just doing jokes, I guess, and it's offensive and it sucks. But like this Ricky Gervais thing's supposed to be like super mean spirited too.
Sure.
And they put it out, and so now people are yelling because Netflix is fucking woke, and they're the ones releasing the nastiest shit that's out there. Like I'm probably canceling it because it sucks anyway, and it's nice to cancel a streaming service.
Pat yourself on the back while you do it. Did you see the Gary Shandling Ricky Gervais clip?
Yeah.
It's brilliant. Listeners, you got to look it up.
Yeah. I saw, which one is, what does he say again?
It's a very old clip. I don't know.
Yeah, I saw the show.
Ricky Gervais is sitting with Gary Shandling inside of some sort of trailer type thing. And he's kind of saying like, we don't really mean it. We're not really homophobic. We're not really racist. We're just going there to kind of have a laugh, to make a joke. And Gary Shandling is like very unamused and gets up to make a cup of tea. And he's like, well, so what you're saying is like, you're going to like well-worn territory. He's like, it's kind of indulgent, I think, because we've all pretty much we've all heard this stuff before.
Yep.
And then he makes himself like a cup of tea and comes, sits down, and Ricky Gervais is like, oh, I guess fuck me then. I guess you're not gonna offer me any tea.
Yeah.
It's so fucking funny.
I'm a Gary. I like Gary Shandling a lot. So
it's really good.
All right, that is the program for this week. We will be on the Patreon this Friday. You will get what I'm calling a mashup. It's Holy Boys mashed up with I'm Sorry. You will get apologies from religious people.
Yay!
With me and Tom Sexton.
That's fine.
And I want to tell everybody, it's very hard to find apologies from religious people because they just don't apologize.
They have no reason to.
they just ain't having it. But I got a few good ones, so we'll be good on that one. That's a show.
Okay, thanks for listening. We're Street Fight Radio. Head to patreon.com/Street Fight Radio. This is the last week to order the shirt we have, store.streetfightradio.com. New merch is coming out. We're slowly getting back to that. Stickers are on the way. Store.streetfightradio.com. Support what we do. And get access to any of the bonus stream. If you want any of the bonus audio and you don't want to sign up for that monthly donation, you can pay $5 and get Shocktober 1, 2, and 3. You get Holy Boys. You can get American Podcasts and many more. Thanks for listening. We'll see you on next Wednesday.